Bonjour, Ani, Kwe, Tanze, Wache, Sangan, Okalat. Hello and greetings. My name is Dr. Denise O'Neil Green, and I am Vice President, Equity and Community Inclusion. I'm also an associate professor in the School of Child and Youth Care in the Faculty of Community Services. I was asked by Pow Wow organizers to share my favorite Pow Wow memories, which was a bit of a challenge because I have many and had to dig deep. So before I share them with you, I want to take a moment to mention that last year's first ever virtual Pow Wow was very special in and of itself. While it was unfortunate we couldn't be together in person, it was wonderful to watch the clips of people across the land, from the two very charming and very funny hosts broadcasting from Kerr Hall Quad, all the way to a single dancer on a wooden dock on a beautiful lake with a vast blue sky as a backdrop. The excitement and energy of the day, the beating of the drums, the jingle of the dresses, the vibrancy of the regalia, and the power of the people and community all came through my very small laptop screen. Now, when it comes to my favorite memories, I'll have to take you back to when I was at Central Michigan University, where I attended Pow Wows annually. For those of you who don't know Central Michigan University, it is in a city called Mount Pleasant, located right here in the middle of Michigan, a place I called home for many years. My division of institutional diversity was responsible for planning the Pow Wow every year. Some were competitive, while others were traditional. The theme was then and continues to be celebrating life, and it was an occasion I look forward to every year. Like we are here in Toronto, people in Michigan are also Great Lakes people. The state of Michigan is surrounded by not one, not two, but three Great Lakes: Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake Erie. Central Michigan University shared something in common with our university in that it was the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe people, and for just the last 200 years, the land on which the Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe have resided. Part of the city is located within the Isabella Indian Reservation. The memories from my powwow in 2009 really stand out to me. There wasn't one individual moment, rather it was the multiple sensory experience of the day in total. The sights, sounds, smells, and feelings of being there stuck with me and continue to stick with me. I had an opportunity to join in the dancing when the audience was invited to participate. I love to dance, even though I can't move like I used to. It felt great to move my feet to the beat of the drums and feel the vibrations of the sound move through my body and through the auditorium. I didn't worry much about my footwork, but focus more on the welcoming feelings of being in a community with others. There were hundreds of people there, the university community members of the Mount Pleasant city, and many dancers, performers, artists, vendors, and community members from across the country, from across the county, the state, and even from across the border, from Canada. Our powwow became one of those that was on the circuit. Then there were the sights of regalia and people's smiling faces. In particular, the shimmering of the beads, the majestic feathers adorning headdresses, the swoosh, swoosh of ribbons along the bottom of fancy shawls, the glistening of the buckskins. The rituals of powwows have meaningful and rich histories, with each piece having its place and intention. One of my favorite is the jingle dress dance. There are few sights and sounds as mesmerizing as the rows and rows of metal cones brushing up right up against one another, along with the beat of the drums and feet. Now for the smells. I remember that a section of the powwow was filled with food vendors and captivating aromas. One of my favorite Indian tacos, I finished off with an order of fry bread, just dusted with a heavy dose of powdered sugar. I couldn't walk past the vendor without my mouth watering. So, should be no surprise. I made sure to get enough of tacos and fry bread. Finally, I hold a lasting memory in this turtle necklace that I'm showing you. I've had it since the powwow. So almost 12 years or so, if I'm adding correctly. It is made out of tiger eye stone with a feather made of silver that hangs from the bottom of the turtle's tail. I treasure it very much. And at the time that I bought it, I just felt that it was a beautiful piece without knowing fully its significance and the significance of the turtle or Turtle Island. But now I've come to learn about it more and more as time has passed, both at CMU and here at our university from my Indigenous colleagues and friends. One importance of powwow traditions is that for decades under the Indian Act in both countries and the US, they were not permitted. Governments outlawed many traditional, cultural, and spiritual ceremonies, including powwows. While these oppressive policies no longer exist, the legacy of this colonialist harm remains today. And there is no doubt that initiatives like the powwow and other Indigenous ceremonies are acts of celebration, resistance, power, and resilience of diverse Indigenous communities from generations past, present, and for the future. For the second time, our community is unable to gather because of a global pandemic. Despite this, I am delighted that the powwow is once again taking up space in a virtual sense, bringing our community together in honor of Indigenous histories, cultures, and traditions. Thank you for allowing me to share my memories with you. Thank you to the organizers for asking me to join. Congratulations, and thank you to the students, faculty, staff, volunteers, community members, artists, vendors, and musicians who made this week possible. I wish you a powerful and rejuvenating week ahead. Chi miigwech.